You remember what we went over on Friday? It's a 24/7 book, chapter 4.
I did not text.
Still remember what the last portion was? Remember we went over complacency and all those things last week with chapter 4 of the book?
Yeah.
On Friday we went over a little bit more on the risk tolerance. Ringing a bell at all?
Something like that, might do something more than what you would do.
Yeah.
Like a habit of assessing risk,
Yep.
what are your most liable risk?
Each task has a risk. It's not the person, it's the task that you have to assess. Alright. Well, there was an incident on Friday.
Wasn't it? I could tell,
That
but
was
I
Mankato.
forgot to see where it was at.
Yeah, it was Mankato again, that's where it was.
Driver was in a rear load truck using the cable and got his hand pinched between the cable as he was tightening it back up. I think it got stuck underneath the onion bar lock and it pinched him. I don't know the full details of it. I'm sure that we will on a call here in the next couple days, but pretty serious issue. They had amputation marked on there, so I don't know if it crushed his arm completely.
Not just a hand.
Yeah. I don't know if it was just his hand or if it was up above on his wrist or what it was. What are some things that we can do to not be in that situation?
Watch your pinch
Watch your
points.
pinch
Watch your pinch points.
Watch your hand.
Just went over that the week prior.
That Friday, right? That Friday? We could go on the Friday.
So where should we make sure our hands are?
Away from any movie.
Okay. Because what are pinch points? Where are you gonna find pinch points?
They're pretty much any moving
Anywhere.
object.
Yeah, on the back. Cable, timing bar.
Walking arms? Okay, so that's where I'm going, is what causes those pinch points? It's moving parts, right? So knowing what parts move, is one of the things that we need to make sure we're aware of. Now, how do we mitigate that?
Position of your body,
Position of
your
your body.
hand, being aware of what's gonna move.
Because does everything move the same way every time? Why is that? What are some things that have a role in that?
Truck position,
Truck position, container position?
how far away you are from the container.
Remember we went over the 99 and 1? You guys remember talking about that last week during the safety meeting? 99% mechanical failure, 1% human error. Or, excuse me, 99% human error, 1% mechanical failure. That's the word. Now 1% breaks down even further, like we said. So this driver obviously didn't see that the cable was underneath the trunnion bar lock. So what does that do to the situation?
It's pretty dangerous.
Height the risk.
Heightens the risk.
Couldn't be complacent. Doing it so many times, you don't think about it.
And that's the whole thing, we don't know, so we don't want to assume,
Yeah.
but it's one of the causations of an incident, is human error. We don't know what happened, but we can only try to make sure that we don't do it here. So on a rear load truck, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of pinch points, you're outside of the truck, right? So every time we need to assess the risk, not just get out and do the job. What are some ways that we need to assess it?
Don't be complacent. Actually take time to think about what's been, where you need these.
You need to be checking your equipment, right?
Yeah.
Making sure you're lined up, making sure that you aren't wrapped around something that you're not supposed to be wrapped around.
know, especially containers, you know, position that's
Oh, yeah.
come to rest at. Sometimes you have built up stress on it, and you release those arms, you don't realize, container's gonna move, be jarred up.
Because that's one other thing that you don't know is the integrity of the trunnion bars on there. So what happens if one of the trunnion bars lets go because it's rusted out? That's why you need to make sure you're looking at the container too, right?
Yeah, because it's gonna fly one way or the other. Almost always goes towards the driver.
Yeah. So what's the takeaway today?
Watching the replacement things.
It goes the same way with front loads too.
Yeah.
If the sleeve goes bad, what happens?
Can, or
Or come down through.
come down. Move.
So let's have a safe day, let's make sure we're looking at stuff while we're working.